Hello, I'm Giselle, and I'm so happy to be here because, well, there's several reasons. Number one, remember how in the previous video I told you that I was preparing the manuscript to to present it to my editor? I did it. Yeah. So then, and this is the printout. This is a clean printout for this manuscript. So happy. Well, it's going on revision. Probably I may have to tweak some things here and there, but then that's great. That means that I have moved on to the next step on the project, and I'm so glad that you are part of this. And I'm also really happy because I have some more people joining the Facebook fan page for this book, and also the YouTube channel. And actually, I highly recommend you that if you haven't signed up for the YouTube channel, please do it and make sure that you activate the bell, the notification bell button, whatever it's called, so that you will be notified when a new video is coming up. Because actually on Facebook, the thing is that you have to actually scroll down to find information, but actually on YouTube it is all in order. And since I'm gonna be uploading 100 videos before the publishing date, there will be a good archive of videos in the form of information that I highly recommend you that you get actually to watch it, to interact, ask questions so that I can answer them. Because when writing a book, actually in that process, I have to actually take out some pieces of information because I can't put everything in paper. It will be too long. And that's why I decided to have these channels so then I can give you those pieces of information that didn't make it to the book. That's why I want you to make the most of the vehicles that I'm creating for you to maximize your learning experience. Okay? All right. Today I'm going to share about Love Challenge number 5. And this, remember that I'm sharing about challenges that usually are not considered challenge, but they are a challenge. Okay? Or these are challenges that are ignored and therefore they don't get revised and therefore they don't get fixed and therefore it ends up affecting the love relationship. So today's challenge number 5 is soul, not knowing how to tap on soul, not knowing how you can get the support of your soul to engage your soul in your love relationship. Because the truth is that if you are not engaging your soul, which is such an intrinsic part of you, then the flip side of that is that it is very likely that you will be engaging with ego, with your ego structure. And what happens is that when you are engaging your relationship with your ego structure, inevitably you will invite your partner's ego structure to interact with you. And this is actually not beneficial for you guys, for neither of you. Okay? So this is all about having thriving love relationships, happy love relationships, so then you can actually not just explore yourself through your love relationship, but you can also expand your personal and spiritual growth and expansion through your love relationship. Okay. Okay. Let's read. And it says, okay. So your soul is your most powerful ally. Mm-hmm. Not just in love relationships, your soul is your ultimate partner for life, which is true. So, how do you get your soul to be your ultimate partner? It is best to be adequately trained. There are no shortcuts on the genuine spiritual path, which is true. Anything or anyone that tells you you can do it faster or easier should be taken with a mountain of salt, not just a pinch of salt. A pinch of salt will not be enough. And I mentioned this when I talked about love relationship challenge number 4, which is ego. And on the spiritual path, not just myself, but actually I have heard this from students that they have been told that they can take shortcuts by doing certain things. However, the true, genuine spiritual path has no shortcuts. You need to know that, okay? So don't be fooled. And continue. When you start to understand and take on board your soul's guidance, your love relationship can dramatically improve, contrasting with the kind of experience you had while being influenced by your ego. Let's make a pause here and just ponder upon the times when in your previous love relationship or current, then you interacted from ego and what were the kind of results that you got. Okay? Because it's all about being aware of what you have done or what you're still doing in the form of patterns that actually leads you to doing the same thing and getting emotionally drained, emotionally upset, which is something that you don't want to do. Okay, let's continue. And actually, you can leave your comments below. You must not forget that. Okay, leave your comments, and if you have questions, please write them as well. Okay, let's continue. Okay, to say that you can experience the opposite is an understatement because when you are engaged with your soul, aligning with life, the divine, and the universe, the higher force that resides in you, also known as God, Source, Universe, the first thing you begin to notice and experience is harmony. Because harmony is the essence of your soul. Okay? Harmony is the foundation and prerequisite for thriving love relationships. It is not experienced under pressure, being forced, pushed, or pulled, which is actually one of the characteristics of ego interaction. Ego wants to force, pull, push, force. Okay? It says, harmony is a natural state of your soul. So when you tune in, you experience it. In this state, you can connect with those who resonate with harmony. It is as simple and beautiful as that. And it happens at the same time. So when you are tuning with your soul, you cannot stop generating harmony in you. And when you're generating harmony inside of you, you start actually emanating harmony. And remember, we human beings, we are magnets. You will be drawn to those who also are harmonious. Okay? It says, can you think about how a love relationship can become almost effortless? When I say effortless, I don't mean that you do not have to make an effort. Instead, I suggest that you become fully conscious and whatever conscious choice you make in harmony with your soul, that choice is fueled by a purer and higher vibration. This may sound cliche, but I must say this, your vibration will draw a similar vibration due to the undeniable universal law of resonance. So, universal laws also apply on your love relationships because you are part of this nature, you are part of the universe. Okay? You cannot say that gravity doesn't apply on you. Like this. If I say, okay, I don't want this Sharpie to fall, right? And I put all my mind onto it, and look what happens. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. It happens. It's gravity. It applies. Okay? All right. Let's continue. And it says, so if being in touch with your soul and receiving its guidance is so beneficial, what makes you unaware of it? Can you imagine what you could create by applying this in your love relationship? So let's make a pause here to ponder upon this, because these are very important questions that I invite you to ask yourself. So if you know that engaging your soul in interacting with your love partner or with anyone in this case, right? So knowing that that is so beneficial, how come perhaps Sometimes you don't do it, or you may think, I can't do it, right? What makes you think that? And also the other thing is you need to really start thinking, okay, so what would it be like for me to engage with my soul in my love relationship? Okay. So here's the answer. And please make sure that you leave your answer so I can read you. Okay. Make a pause on the video, write it, and then come back. Thank you. It says the first answer that comes straight from my soul, yearning to communicate with you, is that the current system for our planet doesn't encourage it. And you must go, what? Yes, a lot is hidden from us purposefully, and some things are hidden in plain sight. It is true. There are many things that are beneficial for us, but then how come we don't even get to know about it? You got to really think about it and really have the desire to discover how come this is happening. Okay, so that's to really think deeply about. Okay, and guess what? One of your ego's tasks is to make it hard for you to be aware of your soul. This was the very reason I was guided to create the Awaken Heart program, to train students to master their ego and establish a solid relationship with their soul, which is the foundation for any other relationships. Yes, training has to be given, because even if we think, okay, yes, I know that connecting with my soul is beneficial, but then do you really know how to? Right? And it's really powerful when you are actually guided and really being whole accountable on that path. Not that you just do it, when it's convenient or when you feel like. It's a constant and it's a progress. Okay, let's continue. And guess what? Okay, I mentioned that. One of your ego's tasks is to make it hard for you to be aware of your soul. Yes, your ego is quite antagonistic, and the ego structure doesn't really want you to be free for a reason that I will actually discuss on a future video. But I want you to start thinking, what will be the reason for ego not wanting me to know that I can actually have a very strong and close relationship with my soul? You have to ask these questions. Okay. It says, not knowing what your soul is, how can you benefit from interacting with it? How can you command your soul to support you on a specific task? Or in this case, how to establish a healthy, fulfilling, respectful, uplifting love relationship is a loss for you. Life is unpredictable and every moment is so precious that not developing your soul relationship is a waste. Yeah. Let's ponder upon this. So think about, okay, so why would Giselle say that if you don't get to establish a solid relationship with your soul, it will be a waste? Well, think about any kind of resource that you have. Like, I'll just give you a very simple one. This plant, these beautiful plants that I have, they are resources for me because they create not just a beautiful scenery in my environment, but they produce oxygen. So this is a resource. If I don't take care of this plant, it will die for sure, right? So then it will go to waste. So the same way, when you do not utilize the tools that you have available to you or your talents, they go to waste. And life can just be taken like that. I have faced death several times in my life, and once I really gone to the other side, came back. That's why I say from my experience, life is unpredictable and can be taken anytime. So you gotta make the most of everything that you have available right now. Okay, not later, right now. Okay, let's continue. Okay, please start acknowledging your soul's presence and paying attention to what your ego says. To make changes, you need to be aware. Then you have more choices, at least another choice. different from what you thought you had as the only way. Do not cut yourself short on choices. Never, please. Once you identify a better option or choice, test it out. If it works, continue. If it doesn't work, then test another way or choice until you nail it. Do you agree? Thank you. Okay, so it is very important that you know that you do have not just one choice. And you really have to train yourself and practice this, please. You got to start doing this. Anytime you think about doing something, you make a choice, and then immediately you hear yourself saying, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe you should do this. Why don't you do that? Maybe you distract yourself. So when you hear that self-talk, then you have to make a pause and you have to double check if that is really yourself talking to you. Because I tell you, something that happens is that, and this is actually something that most people are unaware of because it happens just like that, okay? And it happens all the time. The unawareness is about ego structure talking to you all the time because that's what your ego does. And if you're not aware of when your ego talks to you, the way it talks to you, and even how your ego can mimic your voice so perfectly, so then you can actually be fooled and think that is yourself, and then you accept that thought as yours, then you lost already. Okay. If you're talking in terms of winning and losing, then you lost. So to not lose, okay, then you really got to practice listening, active listening, okay, and really defining if that thought is yours or not. So then you can make a decision and you can have a much powerful choice in terms of saying, okay, this is not me saying this, therefore I will not act upon it. Just to give you an example, in terms of love relationships, say that you are having an argument, not a fight, okay, just an argument, a normal everyday argument that you may have with your loved one about something very trivial, yeah? And say that your partner says, I think this is a best way to do it, right? So you're doing a project, or maybe you are just simply just changing furniture in the apartment or the house, yeah? And he says that or she says that. And then you hear a voice saying, nah, that's so stupid, right? And then you just act upon it and then you say that, nah, that's so stupid, right? What you will trigger is in your partner a response from ego. And then that can start actually escalating into a bickering. And if you don't stop, then it could turn into an argument, big argument, right? So you have to be aware of that. Don't be fooled, please. Okay, you gotta outsmart your ego and your partner's ego in this case. Okay, so I really hope that this was helpful to you. If you have a question on a particular love challenge that I have not mentioned, make sure that you write it down on the comment area. And make sure that if you haven't subscribed to the channel or the fan page on Facebook or the YouTube channel, please do so and activate the notification button. And I will really appreciate that you help me reach out more people by sharing these videos. Oh, by the way, something I gotta say about the Facebook fan page is that if that fan page doesn't have 100 subscribers, I am not allowed to do a live video from the fan page, which really sucks. Okay, I really want to do live videos, but so I really ask you to help me with that. Okay, and I have another favor to ask. I have a few more days actually to nail down the title for the book. So I will share again in case you didn't see it before. And the three working titles that I have, number one is this one, Soul-Based Love Relationships for a Genuine and Fulfilling Life on Earth. This is the title number 1. Title number 2, working title number 2 is Soul-Based Love Relationships, the perfect vessel for your personal and spiritual mastery. Because this is what we are doing, spiritual mastery and personal mastery. And number 3 is love relationships, navigating the waters of life. Oh, not life. Oh, excuse myself. Number 3 is soul-based love relationships, navigating the waters of transformation for personal and spiritual mastery. So I will read your comments. Just let me know which one you like best, which one resonates with you more. And if you tell me, well, I don't resonate with neither of these titles, please tell me, okay? Because that will also help me. So having said that, I will see you on the next video. And if you haven't watched the previous videos, please do so. And yeah, happy to share this good news with you and see you soon. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.